The Oceania cast here at the FACEIT League. I've sent the other guys off to Kiev, and today you're going to have some solo casts, which I quite enjoy actually. So maybe a rare treat for you or a horrific experience. Let me know which one it turns out to be. So right, so we're going to have 3 games from the Oceanic League. Again, it's Super Week. We had 3 games yesterday, and we will continue with 3 games today. Since then, there's been a bit of shake-up. So you guys are wondering, oh, Vox have left Vox. They're not Vox anymore. Well, Vox have picked up the team that were formerly known under a few names, one of them being Streamline. So between yesterday and today, Vox have a new lineup, which you'll see in action today. But first, let's have a look at the format for the league and see exactly how it works in all the 3 different regions. In North America and Oceania, you can see there are 6 teams. North America has the home and away system, which hasn't reached Oceania yet, so they have best of 1 matches, all playing each other once rather than twice. Europe will have the home and away system as well. So we have 3 matches today. We can have a quick look at what those are going to be. Normally, in the other regions, all the maps are picked in advance. However, they still have the vetoes on the day here. So we can see that our first map is going to be Dust 2, Avant Garde versus Exile5, and the other 2 will come in due course. Now, just before we get into the match, we can have a quick look at the rankings and see how people are doing at the moment. Again, we've had 2 play days so far. So Immunity, Direwolves, and Renegades, ex-Vox, all with perfect 2 out of 2 scores at the moment, so nothing between these guys. Although Immunity have a pretty solid round difference at the moment, 15 rounds ahead after their beatdown yesterday in their match on Inferno. So, again, we had 3 Infernos yesterday. First map of today is Dust 2. We're going to get into the knife round, or the pistol, soon enough, and get things underway here. So, Ferg, for Exile5, he is the in-game leader. He's actually in France. So the coach for Exile5 is taking his place, and Ferg is playing the coach role from France, which is quite interesting, especially as he has somewhere between 200 to 300 ping. So looking forward to seeing how that will work out for them. Although I'm sure it will be good to have their in-game leader at least on the comms. Snoopy, the coach, he did well yesterday. Good performance by Exile5. We'll see if it can continue today. A few milestones to remind you of. 575,000 followers. We're going to give away one of my knives, a bayonet, crimson web, minimal wear, I can't even remember anymore, and a field-tested HAL, and maybe one more thing. Those 2 will probably be for subs, with something else left open for everyone. And then at 600k, we're going to be going a bit bananas, and we will have, we'll be attempting 2 Dragon Laws. We've got 2 M4A1S Knights, so we're going to go for 2 Dragon Law attempts. So basically what we'll do is we'll do a draw and see who gets the attempt, and then we'll do the attempt and see if they win or what they win. But we're going to be into the pistol here. 5-man push. Sorry, yeah, 5-man push down long from Exile5. Kebab going to get some frags. Is Kebab actually a player? 4 versus 3 now. Exile5 got control of long. Trying to... What was that? Was that a team hit? I don't know what happened there, but... Exile5 will get the plant. There is a player on short for the CTs, and he can just poke in and out while his teammates try and get around the corner of a slope. So make Exile5 have to cover 2 places at the same time. That's what's so strong about the CT retakes, and the angles will be too many for Snoopy to hold, and Avant Garde will get the defuse. So... Unless I'm mistaken, one player in the Oceanic region decided one day, I'm going to call myself Kebab. So apparently that's Raz, who's going to change his name, which is always good. Players have a bad habit of joining professional matches with random names, which is very unhelpful for casters. So the Kebab is off. Right, so the CT is taking the pistol round, following the plant from Exile5. You can see they've gone for a conservative buy here, and they'll be looking to make the money, suspend the money, sorry, in the next round. PeetyG going in with the Mag 7 there, maybe a bit too aggressive as he got traded, which will be less than ideal. That's going to be long a bit weaker. So you can see the bomb has shown itself on long, which will cause the rotation from CTs. Ofnu, that's an important frag for him to try and get there, because again, if he gets that, then they can go for the 2-pronged assault that CTs did on the retake. He's made his way up for short anyway. Almost getting the frag onto Chris, but not quite. But while he's running distraction over there, Destiny will still loiter around long. However, ofnu has now fallen. Destiny, that Mag 7 won't be much use unless, for example, he gets himself onto the B bomb site. Then he could put that to work. But easier said than done. We've got HaZ watching the angle. And indeed, he's going to push through B and take a... He's going to go for a full flank, actually. 36 seconds left on the clock for Avant Garde to find the final player. Destiny seems to have settled on trying to go for one more frag. Although he should get shot in the back here. And that's that. 2 rounds for Avant Garde. And the kebab has left the building. Thank you very much. Okay, so the buy coming out for Exile5 here. So again, just a bit of just a bit of bonus money being searched for there with that Mag 7. Although I guess he would have just deliberately run to his death at some point. In fact, they probably shouldn't have executed him in the long area with the Mag 7. Should have just left him there. Ooh, almost a 2-man spray down for Moku. And that's going to leave Chris with 6 HP. So they were stacking, expecting the smoke. And there was no smoke, and they just got a dirty AK to the chest. 2 plays down for Exile5 already, however. So this one getting a bit messy early on. Exile5 with an advanced position on short, but there are 2 players on long, one almost on the site here for Avant Garde, so it's going to be hard for them to get a bomb plant in this situation. They need to find the frags. They need to take these duels. Let's have a look at where Chris is actually playing, because, again, he's only got 6 HP. They're going to leave him playing headshot in the B bomb site, which is very smart. A good adjustment there, because he was obviously in mid. So they've put him where he can be maximum usefulness with minimal risk. PeetyG holding the angle now onto the short area, and he's going to take the first frag onto gazR. Destiny will find the trade. So the bomb plant for short will come in, but again, it's Avant Garde who have control of long, and they can push short as well, which is going to make it really hard for Exile5 to hold here. Just down to Destiny now versus 2. If he can get himself a 1v1, maybe he can get something done here. Chris with 6 HP as well. If he can take him down first, well, there we go. Raz going to get eliminated. Nice snap onto Chris. He was always going to be in a bad situation there with 6 HP. And the round will go to Exile5. Getting the bomb plant, surviving with only 1 player. But that's a round on the board for them. But again, only 1 player surviving. You can see how bad their buy will be. Fortunately for them, Avant Garde are going to be in an even worse position. So, full armor, lots of nades. Could be a lot more. Reasonable amount of nades, should I say. Maybe not lots of nades here for Exile5, but there's not much going on for Avant Garde. gazR just going to go in, spraying with the Tech 9. He is holding a Galil as well. Ooh, Raz trying to use the angles there, but the Exile5 team are spread out now, not all holding the same line on long. He'll get 1 frag at least, gets taken down by Moku. Exile5 in control of short as well. So it would make sense for Destiny to stay on that side of the smoke. Because often you can have CTs running through the smoke, which is the danger of having a smoke on the edge of long there. You have to have a T on the opposite side to the site, just in case they go for a flank. Otherwise, someone goes in there with a 5-7 or a CZ, and you could lose 3 players. And then if there are other CTs remaining to go for a retake, you'll be in a bad spot. So, got to be aware of that. Avant Garde getting the smoke onto the corner, and Raz will take a sneaky soft boost up, find himself an angle. Chris had pushed through double doors, as you can see there. Avant Garde with ruthless aggression. Snake trying to get an advantage back for his team. He will re-peek and find the frag. That smoke will allow him to escape. 3 people in mid for Exile5, but that will not allow them to find the frag. Snake going to the wall one too many times, however, and he will get taken down by Moku. Man advantage now for Exile5. Avant Garde maybe with some over-aggression here. Left at a significant disadvantage. 3 men to the 4 of Exile5. HaZ heavily tagged as well. 2 towards the A site, 1 towards B. They are going to lack position. There's a smoke in mid. And there's a lot for Avant Garde to worry about here. Still 45 seconds left on the clock for Exile5 as well. PeetyG goes down. 2 versus 4 now. And we may see Avant Garde back on the eco. Raz unable to find the orb shot. Gets taken down by Moku. Just HaZ remaining. Stuck in front of a fire. Still firing, so they know exactly where he is. and he will be hunted as the bomb heads over towards A. And there it is. Destiny finishing him up. Avant Garde back in the doldrums of financial difficulty. So it looks like they were really trying to shut down Exile5 sooner rather than later there. Snakewell, you know, he played it well with the repeaks in mid until he got taken down. At some point you keep repicking, you're going to get eliminated, probably. More likely than not, especially on the CT side. Bomb's been left in T-spawn for now, but that's not going to be a big deal. They're going to look and see if there's a stack here from Avant Garde. HaZ going to find himself the first frag, but Moku and gazR are going to take 2 of their own. Snakewell, he's playing this position, which is actually a blind spot. You can walk through double doors and not even see anybody there. So Snakewell could potentially get a double dink. He doesn't even need to look at the wall here. He can just face, as you can see, there was a pick there from gazR. He's not going to see him in the blind spot. Snakewell will push and punish. 2 frags. Good eco so far from Avant Garde. Raz just hiding on the site, and if he gets a kill here onto long, which he just did, now they have a reasonable chance at winning the round. Snakewell will hear Snoopy on short, but Snoopy will hear Snakewell as well. Just a little bit too quick running there. Raz has an AK, but unable to use it. So again, just a few footsteps there from Snakewell. If he doesn't make noise and just waits a second or two, I guess he wanted to try and get some aggression in before his teammate was surrounded on the site from both sides. But if he waits a second or two, then who knows what would have happened. But it's still a nice eco there from Avant Garde. Did some damage, but now they need to win some rounds. Exile5 with a 2-round advantage so far. Double AWPs coming out for Avant Garde. We can see the boost onto short, and gazR needs to be careful. As you can see, after a certain amount of time, Avant Garde will just look away because they were exposed to short. Now they find themselves still with 2 on short. Going for the boost onto the boxes now. That Molotov will force Chrisoaow, leaving PeetyG alone. He may not see the flashbangs coming either, and there it is. The flash, he's completely blind, facing the wall, but it's too late now. They're not going to see him. That's going to be a 2-man spray down. What a trade there by PeetyG. They didn't check the boxes properly. It's not very often you see someone there, and that's going to reap the rewards. They will reap the rewards, sorry. Still double AWPs on Avant Garde, but this can be awkward. If Exile5, for example, can take B and get the bomb down there, if Avant Garde have to go for a retake with 1 rifle and 2 AWPs, then they will be at a disadvantage. For now, things will slow down. 40 seconds on the clock. Bomb in control of Destiny. He only has 20 HP here, so he needs to find that frag without taking any damage. Nade coming in. He's going to see the head. He's missed a shot. Only has a Glock to contend with now. We'll find the headshot, however. Plant should come in. And HaZ is going to get that quick advantage, leaving the bomb planter alone. Destiny against HaZ and Snakewell. He's going to jump to find the information, and HaZ will get the slam dunk. Pick up the AWP as well. And that will be another round in the bag for Avant Garde. Back and forth. War of attrition here. Lots of body bags for both sides. See the nades starting to be replenished on the Avant Garde team. Just Snakewell and PeetyG lacking. Again, they continue with the double AWPs. Going to have the 3 M4s as well. Exile5 get the plant and they will buy. Lots of nades for them as well, so the pressure will continue here on the CT economy. Snakewell got the angle on double doors there. They're both waiting, but we'll see who moves first because they can't stand here all day. Although Snakewell has the advantage here because he can retreat without being seen. However, Moku must cross, and Moku will get punished for doing exactly that. Early advantage, Avant Garde. Solid control of long as well, and they will completely remove themselves from the area. They're probably banking on Exile5 not going through there. HaZ with a nice M4A4 spray. And that is why you use the M4A4 in certain situations, in certain positions, depending on where you're playing on the map and the map itself. Nice snap from ofnu, but surely a consolation frag at this point. Ooh, those nades coming through double doors going to take half of PeetyG's life, and he will be forced into a different position. Although he's having a quick peek into long. We've got a player for Exile5 on either side of the door. That's the bomb down as well. Just ofnu remaining. Trade frag coming in from him. And again, Avant Garde find themselves with 2 AWPs and the M4, although it should be difficult for ofnu to get something done here. Now, they don't have the information as to whether he's going towards B or towards A, which will cause the rotation from Chris. Oh no, Snakewow's going to be holding the entirely wrong angle. And now ofnu can get something done. Bit of a gap in the smoke. He might get a little bit tagged. But he's put himself in a winnable position here. Solid plant for sure. Wants to avoid most of the jumping CTs as well. So question is, what is his approach going to be? Going to go for Goose. And Chris, I think ofnu was looking for a jumping CT basically, which is why his crosshair placement was over towards the site. And that gave Chris the half a second he needed to find a frag there. They will carry the 2 ops into the next round as well. 4-4, Avant Garde evening things up here. gazR5 back in a difficult situation in terms of money. They could potentially go for a force here. ofnu could drop for gazR, and Destiny could roll with a Gilel. Seems they're having a discussion about it. Maybe Fergus having some comms. But they're going to go for a conservative buy. Going to go for the Yiko. Avant Garde with a 3-man push down long. I want to make sure that they secure that. And they will leave only 1 player there, holding the angle. Meanwhile, gazR5 top mid for now. So that smoke is for the corner of long. So if you're holding an angle there, you have to change your position as seen. That flash is going to come in and force PeetyG to give up long. And we're going to see a 3-man push. Now we should see the remaining 2 players either try to push short or have one playing the lurk. So if the CTs try to rotate through short for a retake, they will be unable to do so. Indeed, Moku is going for the lurk there with armor, and he's looking for a player on B slope. gazR going to get taken down by Raz, ofnu taking down PeetyG. Moku's still lurking in the CT spawn area, so no rotation possible for the CTs just yet. And this push is coming in. This is a nice execute here from gazR5. And again, Moku's position will be so important now. He's waiting for the rotators to come from lower tunnel. He's unable to take them down though. Snakewoww are going to shoot him straight in the face with the AWP. So we have the 2 players for Avant Garde, HaZ and Snakewoww, choosing to go for the save here. HaZ only has 14 HP. And if they had like 2 M4s, maybe it's more doable. But even if they had full health, they might be more willing to do it. But heavily tagged and with an AWP and an M4, it's awkward. So this time Avant Garde will take only the 1 AWP through to the next round, and Destiny will have one of his own. Snoopy really finding the angle here. I don't know if HaZ heard the jump. Oh, bit of a bonus kill there for HaZ. Again, Snoopy's investment was minimal in that round, so he won't be too fussed. The important thing is the damage has been done, so you can see the buy from Avant Garde. They're going for the force, and the force is the AWP saved from the previous round, the M4 saved from the previous round, a scout, a deagle, and a 5-7. Full armor. They've got a few nades here and there. Destiny waiting to punish a peek. There's the peek, and there is no punish. gazR5 heavily fortified in the B area. I think Raz might have seen a bit of a shoulder there. However, whoever that was, I think maybe ofnu will just escape with the warning shot, not hitting him. So again, all quiet here on the Oceanic front. 2 CTs on long. Moku placed on short. So again, he can stay there if he wants to, and if the rotation comes now, if they push B, he can jump down into CT spawn, for example, and shoot them in the back. But for now, the hold will not be too bad here. HaZ taking 1. He will be traded by Snoopy. Moku taking down PeetyG as well. So playing the lurker role very well for the team for gazR5 here. Only Snakewoww and Chris remaining. They've seen Moku, but Moku again, he's playing the blind spot there. He can just stand there, and Chris basically can't shoot him. Unless he faces, and then Chris will shoot him. 3 versus 2. Avant Garde not going for it though. And the hunt has already begun, so gazR5 know that Avant Garde are scarpering, as we say here in the UK. That's a nice spot by Chris. Not everybody checks that. So we'll see if it becomes a blind spot for him. And Snakewoww can even bait in this situation. And there we go. Free kill for Chris. But again, these kills at the end are all very good, but gazR5 are the ones with the 2-round advantage for now. So, Avant Garde back with double AWPs. They'll have armor, and that's going to be that, pretty much. Just a deodorant nade here or there. Long being given up for free by gazR5, but a bomb is moving into the B bomb site, and Snoopy's been taken down, so that bomb just about turns back in time. If they had lost a bomb there, that would have been a complete catastrophe for the Exile5 side. The boost coming into short. Again, they're looking for the information, trying to abuse these AWPs as much as possible. Moku is flanking short, which you don't see every day. There's a tap onto the AWP. The AWP is down. Picked up by Raz. He'll get frag onto Moku. 3 versus 3 now. Bomb still in control of the T's, who start to push along, and they have control of short. So again, this retake will be hard if the Avant Garde side go for it, unless HaZ can get something done here. There's no smoke in mid. He's gonna... Oh, he couldn't decide who he wanted to shoot at. Saw 2 players. He still managed to get 1 frag. Snakeout sees the player on long, takes him down. 1 versus 1. AWP versus AK. Snakeout opting to change his position, but he's gonna go back. And ofnu, he's looking for the frag here. The bomb, oh, it's deep into slope as well. This is really awkward for ofnu. It's not like he can even run past the angle. He needs to go into the angle. He will choose to try and find the frag onto Snakeow instead, who has 10 HP. You can see him jumping down into mid there. And he should make the bomb pick up. And now he has no idea where Snakeow is. Snakeow just holding the angle passively. Question is, will he go for this? 1 versus 1. He only needs to hit 1 shot. Both these players heavily tagged. And he has to go for this. Now he's decided that he's probably coming, but will he look away? Oh, he doesn't get the scope in time. ofnu going to shoot his head clean off. Pick up the AWP as well. Another round in the bag for Exile5. Nicely done by Avant Garde, however, to get it that far with only 2 rifles. HaZ will get tagged through the door by the AWP picked up in the previous round. Only 1 AWP across the 2 sides now. We've seen many for a number of rounds, but the number has been reduced. Chris pushing all the way up into mid. He might hear the players running around in T-spawn as well. And I'm pretty sure he did. He can hear them. He can hear the priming of the grenade. Destiny going to get taken out just about. You can see gazR in T-spawn as well now. So now Chris, he can just hang around in this area. You can see they're forced to look for him and lose their positions. They find the frag. But that's also information for his team. I say his team. Only PeetyG stands for Avant Garde now. Versus 4 of Exile5. So despite the push, only 1 player has gone down for Exile5 in this round. There's the info for PeetyG. Going to find himself 1 frag. Expecting a 2-pronged assault here from Exile5, but they are all on short. He's got a nice angle to get some more damage done. Give himself some 1v1s, but he's losing that real estate. Almost double pick. I think he was going for the plant, actually. Ah, yeah, Snoopy was there for double peek. That's one of the things which is important when you're going up long. If you stick to the left wall, then that is basically the worst that can happen to you. If you move to the right wall, you can be facing multiple opponents at the same time, but you stick to the left, at worst, you'll see 1 person above you, 1 person below you. Another tag. HaZ not enjoying himself, trying to make it over towards the B bomb site, and that delay, him trying to duel in mid, will mean that there are 2 terrors, including the bomb, on the B bomb site already. We've got a rotation through T-spawn now, and you can see Snoopy already in an advanced position. Make that 3 T's in the B bomb site, and this round is over. Pretty much. Moku again lurking in mid, just putting a stop to any attempt at a rotation from the CTs. And now the frag hunting will begin. Last player has been spotted in mid, and will be facing 2 AKs and somebody in low tunnel as well. Destiny to finish up, 9-4 to Exile5, 2 rounds remaining here. Double AWPs coming out from Avant Garde again, and there's an AWP on Exile5 of course, so the AWP numbers are increasing, guys. Excuse me. Nades limited on the offers, but they'll be concentrating on their reticles, so not a big deal there. Exile5 full nades on all players. Nice shot there by Raz through the corner of the smoke, taking down ofnu. He's been an important rifler for Exile5 so far. 2 Exile5 players in lower tunnel there, and 2 looking to breach long. gazR holding the angle. We might see Moku start to move around the corner. He'll have to check pit and plat as well. PeetyG with a very nice angle will find himself to punish. gazR's going to be flashed, and he's completely blind, trying to run into safety. There is no safety on long. He will fall. Raz holding down short as well. Only Snoopy remains. Solid round so far from Avant Garde. Now it's about damage limitation. We've seen them lose a lot of players in a lot of rounds here. And the push coming out from PeetyG will be an overextension. And will cost them a bit of money as we move into round 15. Spotted the player, however. But Snoopy's going to go back. I don't think he'll be seen moving back towards A. He's got 30 seconds on the clock, so he'll need to run fast. And that nade will be the giveaway. But look how deep the rotation is towards B. By the time Snoopy gets to the site, if he can make it that far, all the CTs will be towards A. And there it is, Raz finding the 5th round for Avant Garde. And they'll be looking to take the 6th. Exile5 have lots of money in the bag. They can buy whatever they want. And indeed, they will buy whatever they want. Snoopy going to drop an auto sniper. They're going to go for ruthless aggression. Triple off an auto sniper through these doors. In comes the spam, boys. Snakewell first to fall. Although, because of the nades that the CT's through, they will have no idea how many people are crossed towards B. They're going to see the peak coming out from the second player. HaZ gets taken down by Destiny. And Avant Garde are in a bad situation now. You can see, I think it was ofnu hanging around long doors there. He's just waiting for the rotation from the CTs, keeping an eye on short, keeping an eye on long. Could get flanked from long, however, as he moves down towards double doors. But that flank's going to come in, so the rotation's going to come in through T-spawn instead. gazR spotting a player, but no kill just yet. 5 versus 3. Avant Garde have no choice but to go for it. It is the last round. Chris close to the door, but they are pretty much going to run to their deaths there. There's the first one. Raz and Chris soon to follow. Chris getting a 1 frag. And they try and force the issue. And there it is. 10-5 to Exile5 in the first half. Good half by them. We'll see if Avant Garde can make it back in the seconds. Their first challenge will be to win the pistol, of course. gazR has only got 3 kills. He's been just running around, throwing his knife at walls, while the rest of his team has put in work. Alrighty then. These guys like to name their weapons by the grade. Oh, this is a factory new slaughter. Oh yes, I'm a connoisseur of the Karen Britain and must be factory new. Anyway, it's going to be a 4-man push here from Avant Garde all the way down long. They're looking for a very fast take, a fast plant. They're going to find a frag, and they will be minimally tagged there until ofnu comes in with a headshot. Another one for ofnu. So they've got a bit of an advantage. They're a bit paranoid about the flank, and they should be, because the flank is nigh. Pushing through the smoke, and this is what I was saying. You need to keep someone on the opposite side of the smoke for this exact reason. And you can see the power of it there. Those double flanks coming in through the smoke, going to find loads of frags. PeetyG is not in the right location. Snoopy's got the kit as well. Can PeetyG get there in time? He's going for the wrong approach. And Snoopy gets the bonus kill after the defuse. So nice hold there by Exile5. And again, I think one of the issues there was that once Avant Garde made it to the site, those 2 headshots by ofnu made them not have enough personnel to keep someone on the other side of the smoke, which means that the CTs could flank with not 1, but 2 CTs going in 1 by 1, which suggested there was probably not another one there, which made things even harder for Avant Garde. But here we go, spray downs coming in from the CTs. Only 2 Ts remaining, and the plant is not looking likely here. Taking down Snoopy, but that's about that. Destiny will survive with 16 HP, and Exile5 could shut this map down very quickly indeed. MP9 coming down, or is that... I'm wondering, that must have been an accidental buy. Of course it is, because Avant Garde are forcing it up with the AKs here and the nades. So the MP9 would not be appropriate in this situation. We'll turn into a P shooter versus helmets as well. I have to say, from a personal point of view, I don't really fancy the MP9 too much in comparison to the utility of the Mac 10 on the T side. Although I have my personal horrific experiences with the MP9, that's documented on YouTube. So Exile5 with an aggressive hold from 1 man on long, close to the doors. Quite commonly, you'll see CTs having a smoke through the long double doors, and just standing right in front of that smoke. So they can shoot people straight in the face should they try to breach. And also, they just turn themselves into a blocking mechanism. Avant Garde looking for the long and short push here. They've got control of long, sorry, short, excuse me. Starting to push 3 men through to long as well. And again, at the last major, we saw people isolate this area with smokes, but Avant Garde won't do that, and the trade will come in from Moku. He will be traded himself, but Avant Garde just going to aim their way to the A site now. Destiny and Snoopy, last 2 remaining. Oh, PeetyG just looking in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that will open up short for the retake. 3 versus 2, and Exile5 have no intentions of giving this up. 1 slope and 1 on short. That nade's going to come into the site and take down a lot of HaZ's health here. Got to be wary of the Molotov as well. He knows there's a player on short, and the duel will begin. But again, it's Avant Garde with a man advantage here. They've got 1 on long. They haven't identified that there's a CT on slope. But they will now as Snoopy finds a trade. Second frag coming in. He's looking towards long, but he doesn't have enough HP to contend with Snicker properly. And he will go down. So an expensive round for both teams, but Avant Garde, that's an important round for them to get. As had they lost that, Exile5 might have run away with the match. Instead, Exile5 will be put onto the eco here. Their money is definitely in a dire situation. Fast B potentially on the cards here. 1 person spotting through mid. That's going to be Chris. He's not going to see that CT go back as well, but they're going to charge in regardless. Straight into the B bomb site here, expecting an eco. No messing around from Avant Garde. There's only 1 player on the side to deal with. He's completely flashed as well. Hiding behind red at the moment. Gets taken down. Snoopy, the player who was in mid, moved towards B, has fallen as well. So just the remaining 3 ecoing Exile5 players to do what they can, which probably won't be much. Moku has a P250. He's close. He's not going to get any one-shots. He's going to go down. gazR almost makes it through the smoke sneakily, which might have got him 1, maybe 2 frags. However, PeetyG will find the angle. So ofnu, I suppose he could save his flashbang. Or use it to try and net himself a gun. Problem is, the exit strategy will be T-spawn for Avant Garde. Again, PeetyG just charging. And I don't, well, I don't know if it's even worth it in that situation. Because, oh, it depends on what he thinks the Exile5 player has, but he had nothing to lose, literally. He's like the Joker in Batman. Whereas PeetyG had $1,500 plus. But there we go, made himself an extra 300. And they will continue. Raz on the Galil, Chrisoaow on the AWP. Exile5 on the double eco. Let's see if Avant Garde can identify this. That aggression will give the game away. Chris finding 2 frags in mid. And Avant Garde will speed up and look to just clean out the rest of the CT side. Snoopy maybe holding a right-click flash there to pick up a weapon. But I'd be surprised if either of these CT players survive this round. Nice frag there by Snoopy. See if he can find himself a second. Going to be really sneaky behind those bricks, but that's going to be that for him. There is a flash you can do from there, actually. 2 flash mid, which can allow teammates to peek from double doors, etc. But it's going to be Destiny on short himself, on A, on the sites. And he will net the second frag. So some good damage done there by the Exile5 team. Double AWPs again for Avant Garde. They love their 2 AWPs, don't they? Exile5 going to have one of their own on gazR. Not to be confused with Paul Gascoigne. Chris going to go for the fast peek on long. There's going to be 3 players there for Exile5. 1 will go down, but they'll still be in control of long for now. Both going to play from the pit position. So little vision of short and A here for Exile5. We have Destiny going to have a quick peek. And all the Avant Garde players are over towards long. I'm not sure if they realise that there are 2 players there and they have not crossed back to the site, but they're going to go for the push here. Looking for the hunt into pit. It's going to be a nice boost to change the peak position there for Moku. He'll get traded, however. ofnu coming in to get more damage done. Rotating his position to try and get 1v1, but he's going to run out of real estate. He'll go down 3 versus 2. Still not easy for Avant Garde, though, as long as Exile5 don't overpeak, because it is, well, it was 2 AWPs versus 2 rifles, but one has been switched out, so 2 AKs and the AWP, which will be a significant upgrade here in this particular situation for Avant Garde. So Snake are going to go past the smoke. PeetyG going to find the flank onto Destiny. And Avant Garde are catching up here. Only 3 rounds behind. Exile5 in a difficult situation once again. Should see an eco from them unless they choose to force, but I don't see a reason for that now when they have a 3-round advantage. Better for them to go for an eco and have a full buy on the next round rather than just screw themselves financially for the next few rounds and let Avant Garde catch up all the way. Got somebody admiring the flooring there in CT spawn. I'm not sure if a pause is incoming. We shall have to wait and see. gazR maybe checking his Facebook. And he's back in the room. So Snoopy is pushed through B tunnels, but that aim punch is not going to allow him to find a frag onto PeetyG. Chris going to make a nuisance of himself and run away, which may be a bait actually by accident or maybe deliberately, as we still have Snake waiting for the CT to potentially flank. However, PeetyG will have a flank of his own, which will do the job, do the trick. So Avant Garde bring themselves onto double figures here. They've made it to 10, and Exile5 will be on the buy once again. AWP, of course, onto gazR. Avant Garde just rocking the 1 AWP on this occasion. And that's going to be with Raz. Player spotted. gazR going for maybe a timing shot onto short there, but he's not going to hit the mark. So Avant Garde going to leave a lurker around long, just in case there's a flank from Exile5. But if they choose to push short, he can go for a late push once the CTs start to rotate towards A. Maybe nets himself a free kill. But also, again, it's very important for the T's to try and take long and short, because it basically makes the retake next to impossible unless they lose one of them fairly early on. No one down for either side yet as we reach the 1 minute mark. And there's an aggressive... Actually, no, there's an off angle onto blue here on long, but that will mean that they don't have so much information as to whether or not people are creeping out of long. That will leave 3, almost 4 people over towards A, as we only have a lurker on short now, and 4 coming in. The procession coming through the B tunnel, which means a free bomb site and a full rotation from these CTs, although long still being left in position as they don't know what's going on. Destiny with 2 massive frags. That might spin around here for Exile5, 3 versus 3, as Avant Garde tries to hold on to the site. Again, the late rotation coming in from long. He will go to tunnel as we have 2 CTs outside the site. That nade is going to do some damage to Chris. Unfortunate for Exile5 that it wasn't Snakeout. He would have been gone. Snakeout's going to be on the site waiting for the peek through the window. And as he does, Moku will find himself a peek, a low-profile peek, and take down one of the other players. So 2 versus 2 now. And coming in with the AWP, gazR's not going to make a frag. And Avant Garde managed to hold on. Just PeetyG picking up the AWP as well. 11 to 12 here. Exile5 again in a difficult situation with their money. And again, they could go for the buy here, but it would not be the best buy. Snoopy and gazR would be heavily limited. Probably FAMAS's, almost no nades. They will opt for the eco, and Avant Garde should even things up here to 12-12. Having a very quick look at the money on their side. They can buy for a few rounds yet. We've got a close aggression here. Raz is going to get fragged. Is he going to make it out in time? No scope onto gazR, and he will escape with 7 HP. More pushes from the CTs. They want to find that frag. They are hungry. They are baying for blood, but there are 3 Ts there, all waiting to protect their teammate. So it should have been suicide for Exile, should they've pushed. But things will calm down. They'll leave 1 player over towards long. That aggressive hold there will leave them in control of that for now. And Avant Garde will rotate elsewhere. The B bomb site has been abandoned by Exile5, it seems. And the Ts will start to head in. A bit passively, though. They want extra numbers there just in case people are hiding in the nooks and the crannies. They need to check car. They need to check opposite red, where Chris is standing. You can see Moku peeking through the doors there. Now, it might be worth him, often in this situation, well, not often, but sometimes, if someone's standing double doors there, and it's smoked off, and somebody goes for the plant in the standard position, sometimes the CT will just run through the doors to try and stop the plant, give his team some extra seconds. It can often mean a free frag for the CTs. At a cost of a life, you're almost always going to get traded in that situation, but maybe it can make things easier, because, again, if time's running out and you stop the plant, if you sacrifice yourself and the rest of your team are there, then firstly, if you when you find that frag, that's one gun unavailable because they have to plant. Which means if you can successfully make that frag and you have enough numbers to go for a retake, you can push on the next plant attempt, and there's even less guns available for the T's to hold, so it can work out for you, but it is risky. Anyway, 12 to 12 here. Avant Garde and Exile5 are on level pegging, and now we have 4 AWPs across 10 players. Everybody wants the AWP. 2 down long for Exile5, 3 top mid for Avant Garde, not including the one in T spawn with the bomb. That's going to be PeetyG. And we've got the lurker in lower tunnel, who gazR spotted an arm, and he's going to find himself a frag here onto Snakewell. Very nice angle indeed. Often people just are looking over towards short from CT with an AWP, but you can also look in this angle. You can commonly find somebody walking down mid on that side, and obviously if they're crossing from lower tunnel, you can do the same. Find yourself a frag. So it's the alternative angle to hold. So we have a loiterer around the long area. It's going to peek towards the tunnel, sorry, towards the pit, but then go back towards mid. Avant Garde, a man down. Exile5 untouched. Raz going for the crouch peek onto gazR, quite risky, not going to work out for him. Chris will trade, however. Almost another frag in them into mid, but Destiny will find himself 2 frags again. The M4A4 showing its worth there with all those bullets. And it will be Exile5. But Avant Garde have won so many rounds in a row now that they can just continue maximum pressure here on the CT side as we head towards the clutch region of the match. 5 AWPs. This is disgusting. Only in Oceania will you see half of the 10 players rocking AWPs at the beginning of the round. And they're going to be the first 2. Destiny winning the duel onto Raz there. That means 4 AWPs are remaining, 3 of which are on the CT side. And with 3 AWPs on the CT side, they're having one man push up all the way up mid. That's going to be Moku. He'll turn around and find a frag onto Chris. Getting traded by PeetyG, but it's 4 versus 3. And taking down a man top mid. They won't be sure as to what's going on with the rest of the CTs here. So things looking very difficult indeed for Avant Garde as we move forward. Destiny with another frag. This time onto short and another one onto Snakewell. Only HaZ remaining. He will be eliminated as well. Destiny going absolutely bananas there. 3 AWPs working out a treat for Exile5. Avant Garde still, though, with another full buy. This time they'll opt for the 1 AWP and the more dynamic 4 AK play, whereas Exile will have the more solid triple AWP play, which requires that they hit their shots. Nice counter flash there by Moku. That will allow him to peek. Even more flashes coming into long. But the battle will rage on. Good snap on by ofnu onto HaZ there. And he will survive with 74 HP. Moku elsewhere has been taken down to 16. He will need to be careful. Nades coming in towards the A site. Not going to do any damage there. 4 versus 5. Avant Garde again, a man down. And Exile5 have got 4 players over towards the A site at the moment. Be very isolated indeed with one of those AWPs. Just holding an angle onto the tunnel. And there are different ways to hold it. You can sit to the left of the box, which makes you less likely to be pre-fired. Ooh, speaking of fire, gazR's helmet will do him no good. Chris taking him down with the AK there. So we're going to have the peek into long doors. And again, Snoopy's going for normal over-the-box peek as opposed to the one on the side. But that's going to find him a double frag. They're lining up in the tunnel. It's a choke point, and he will make them choke. 3rd frag by Snoopy. He's holding down B on his own while the rest of his team rotate. Consolation frag for Raz. He is against 3. Snoopy will continue to take pot shots. And the bomb is down on the site as well, so Raz does not have many options available to him. 20 seconds remaining, and Snoopy will get another frag through the smoke there. Solid hold by Snoopy, and again, Avant Garde, they telegraphed their intentions there, and with 4 people going through the tunnel, the odds of Snoopy not killing 1, maybe 2 people at once were low. Match point now for Exile5. Still a buy coming out for Avant Garde, but it's no longer a max buy. They have an AWP, a scout, a Galil. They are lacking nades. They need to find frags. They need to find picks. And Exile5 have upgraded from triple AWPs to double AWP and an auto sniper. Auto sniper, also known as the Ric Flair, dirtiest player in the game. Avant Garde with almost a diamond formation in the mid area. Just Raz changing the shape, being in the lower tunnel with the scout. Looking for some aggression towards short. Avant Garde need a pick here with this lack of nades that they have. They have one flash and one smoke. And there's the pick. PeetyG taking down Destiny on long. Moku soon to follow. And HaZ, I think maybe he might have been trying to jump through the smoke down into the smoke, but he's not going to make it there. ofnu taking him down. ofnu holding down the A site, at least from short. That will be important property should they go for a retake here, as Avant Garde are charging up long. Only Snoopy remaining now. Avant Garde picking themselves up a second AWP. The scout's been upgraded. And Snoopy has little option but to skedaddle. Avant Garde not out of this yet. We'll have a look at the Exile5 economy, and they'll be good for another buy in the next round, which is not good news for Avant Garde. After starting this round with 2 AWPs and an auto sniper, let's see what Exile5 go for as a buy in the following round. Very important for Snoopy to survive here. I think there's one player who might need a drop on the CT side. Yeah, that'll be gazR.
Terrorists win.
gazR broke open the piggy bank on that round, left with $150. Double AWPs coming out for Avant Garde. Only the AWP onto Snoopy, I presume, for Exile5. Indeed. Reasonable nades coming out for the CT side, only gazR a bit lacking. And again, he only started with $150, so he was always going to be a little bit behind. Exile5 still with a 2-round advantage here. Avant Garde spreading all over the map. Not going to go for the early aggression towards long. Long will be covered by 2 players for Exile5 for the time being. Three chaps mid for Avant Garde. Lurker towards long, but it seems they're going to commit towards A. HaZ was the lurker outside long, but maybe he'll be the lurker in mid, waiting for the rotation from the CTs. Again, we've got 4 Exile5 players. They've been favouring positional advantage on A, leaving Snoopy towards B with the AWP. Let's see if Snoopy can hold on this occasion. He has changed his location, but he's been taking pot shots, which means that Avant Garde will have an idea of where he is and where he isn't. PeetyG looking for the angle with an AWP of his own, but that crab walk is going to be unfavourable. Snoopy getting the frag. Snoopy bringing out the flames. Snoopy, can he get any more done here? Indeed he will. Chrisoaow going down as well. So the coach for Exile5 doing great work holding B. Now Exile5 turn into a retake position. Is gazR going to opt for the push though? He's going to find himself a frag, which means when the plant comes in from Avant Garde, only one person's going to be holding a gun. And it's the rifler who's planting. Raz dropping the AWP though, to get a rifle of his own. Good decision making there, otherwise they would have been screwed. So he will make the plant, no fakes necessary. Flash coming in from Exile5, ofnu taking down Raz. Snakeheart getting 2 fast frags, but he can't get the last man. Destiny will find a trade and take it 16-13 for Exile5 after a 10-5 start by Exile in the first half. Avant Garde with a very good comeback, but it's not going to be enough to take the match. Exile5 finally getting over the line. And again, all those rounds that Avant Garde got together allowed them to keep the pressure up, but then it turned out that the CT economy did exactly the same. Those important buys coming out in the late stages there took Exile5 over the line. So, that's our first match down for the evening. Tomorrow. The next match is going to be Renegades x Fox coming up, so look out for that. We're going to go to a quick break and set up the second match. We will see you in a few minutes.